Hello, family. I hope all is well. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I'm going to send you out lots of love. Mm-hmm. So, family, we're going to be talking or listening to today about Africa and how they are trying to steal our reparations. They're saying slavery reparation should go to Africa. These Africans are proving us right. You are scam artists, you are liars, and you are corrupt. And one thing they taught us in America, that y'all will sell out your own people. Kings, presidents have sold out their countries. That's why y'all do so bad over there. And you really think we're going to put our trust in you all and our money in y'all hand? No, you're not entitled to our reparations. You may be entitled to reparations, but not from America. Your fathers and grandfathers sold us to the French, to the Americans, to the British. It was Africa, Britain, France, and America. That's why they call it slave trading. You all was paid for capturing the chosen children of God, the Hebrew Israelites, and you sold us. Now, the ones that came over here to America was like 2 or 3%. It was 10 million or more American black Indians already here. So for you to think that Africa came over here and populated the whole America, you're another liar and a scammer, in my opinion. Allegedly. So let's listen to this Ghanaian African trying to steal our reparations, you all. Anybody that's supporting this African Union or these bules that's right now in the black parties, if they supporting it, we need not to vote for them. Now, I can't tell you how to vote, but do a background check. Check up on these politicians and what these people talk about, because they're not, nobody's supporting or representing Foundation Black American Indians, or the Israelites. We're not being represented around the world or here in America. We gonna have to represent us. All right, let's listen to this Ghanaian. Matter of fact, since you pointed yourself out, we want reparations from you, Africans. You traded us. It was called slave trading. They didn't steal us. You sold us. And now you crooks trying to steal our money. We have nothing to do with Africa. You will not get our reparations. You will not. And there is judgment coming up on Africa. Remember that. God is finna judge Africa. Here we go, family. One thing we see, Africa, is that the white supremacists have taught you well, because you called us out guard, but we're some smart people. So don't think you got this all figured out. All right, let's listen to this, family.
Wishes to draw attention to the very consequential resolution which President John Dramani Mahama of Ghana will be tabling on the 25th of March, which is just...
Who is he? Who is this president? He ain't our president.
Next week, Wednesday, a few days from now. This is a resolution seeking to declare the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity.
You have nothing to do with it. You sold us. It was a slave trade. And God know you're lying. He finna judge you all.
More than 300 years Africans were treated as property, were tortured, humiliated, raped, and forced out of the continent. Over 12.5 million of them.
And you all was part of that trade. You sold us. Your fathers did.
Dehumanizing and despicable circumstances. The world is yet to acknowledge this. Perpetrators are yet to apologize and have not compensated the victims. This is the time to demand reparatory justice, and this is the time to demand.
We don't owe you all anything. America don't owe you Africans anything as far as about our reparations or our slavery or our suffering. You didn't suffer over here in America.
Restitution.
You know, I find it interesting that the reparations discussion is being had within the African Union right around the time that Black Americans started bringing it up and started actually really talking about taking action to pursue reparations, right? So it's very interesting. It's a very interesting coincidence that at this very time, the African Union, the Ghanaian, whoever he is trying to take this conversation of reparations for chattel slavery to the UN. You know, and the thing is, like, how are you gonna take a reparations conversation to the UN when y'all were an active participant in the slave trade? It was a whole business operation that they're still doing in certain parts of Africa till this day. They still selling people as slaves. So you were an active participant in this atrocity that happened for 300 years. You were shaking hands and doing deals with the devil, with the colonizer. Now all of a sudden you want to ask for reparations for it, and for your country. Your country wasn't even established as a country at the time that the transatlantic slave trade was going on, honey. So, you know, it's just another way to me, I think, to kind of cut in and undermine and get into something that is supposed to be for us over here with Black Americans. I just can't help but to see it that way. My thing is, if they're going to ask for reparations for Ghana or any part of West Africa, if they're going to ask for reparations, it should be based off of the effects of colonialism that it had on their nations. Not about nothing that happened that is going on over here with us, because the transatlantic slave trade negatively impacted the people who were sold. So, which means the people in the Americas. That's the people who, and reparations is not just about the slave trade. It's also about everything that happened after that, like with during the Reconstruction era, all of the terrorism that we faced, all of the things that were done to hold us back as a people, the destruction, the bombings of our cities. It's all of that is all encompassing of why we're why we would have this discussion about reparations in America. So just the fact that they're trying to bring this up right around the time that we're bringing it up, I find very interesting. And then they're doing some kind of burial ground ritual. I think they're supposed to fly over here, and the Ghanaian, whoever the guy is, the Ghanaian guy, and he's supposed to fly over to like New York City or something like that, and do some kind of burial ground ritual or something over the ancestors, something like that. And it's like, why you can't even prove that the people that are there were even came from your region. So that's how I know that this whole thing is just supposed to be intrusive on something that's supposed to be for us. They just trying to undermine and take away anything that's supposed to be for us, and it don't even have nothing to do with them. It's like none of their business. It's so many people who have nothing to do with the reparations talk that have so much to say about it, have so much input, and want to dip their hands into it. Why don't you figure out how to get your own shit? That's the question that I got, that nobody seems to have an answer to.
And family, like, share, and subscribe.
Petrodollar agreement between
These
US
people are trying to steal our identity, replace us, steal our reparation, and they're working with the left, the Dem Party. They're all over in Africa talking about our reparation. Love y'all. Bye.